Okay, listen up, because some of you really do need to hear this. Every now and again, I have to get candid, all right? You're in a season right now, most of you, where everyone cannot speak into your life. They aren't qualified to give you advice, all right? It doesn't mean that they're not offering good advice. It doesn't mean that they don't possibly know what they're talking about. But some of you are at a phase right now where there's some unique things going on for you that you really have to receive the wisdom from God, from source, however you choose to see that for yourself, that you know there's something happening in your life right now that no eyes have seen, no ears have heard, that there's some people, they just can't articulate to what's coming up for you right now. And I am going to say this, some people just don't need to be speaking to your life anyway, because they simply are not qualified. They haven't been where you have been or where you're going. So they don't even have the type of background to qualify them to speak to you, about your situation. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that comes along has to have had your journey to provide some type of advice, to say, well, you haven't walked in my shoes, so you don't know, you don't have any advice to offer. That's not all the time. That's not true, because sometimes God can give people wisdom and insight to impart in you. Encouragement, just different things that they may not even know where that wisdom or where that knowledge came from. But this is a time where a lot of that's actually not happening right now. You're going to be receiving things that are just uniquely for you, and people are just simply not qualified to speak about that which they don't know. All right? So here's another interesting twist to this as well. Sometimes it's going to be the same for you. Sometimes you are not qualified to be speaking, even in an area that maybe is your area. You do have some extensive background in that or experience. But sometimes you're going to have to be quiet too, because there comes a time where maybe you don't need to even be talking and sharing, because even the level that you're sharing from is very, I don't want to say minimum, but it may not be required or relevant to something that's going on with someone else. Sometimes people are going to have to learn their own types of lessons, whether that be the hard way or it's because maybe they're pioneers. There's some things that are emerging and you can't speak to that. You can provide encouragement and empowerment, but sometimes be a little bit limited on the advice that you're trying, to give. And then if you do feel guided to give some type of advice, make sure that you are seeking higher wisdom and guidance yourself, all right? And not from your own biases. So I just really wanted to say that. But this is a season where several of you, it doesn't mean you have to be mean or nasty to anybody. You can thank people for advice that they're offering, but sometimes you just have to know you can't speak in my life right now. Something else is being done on a level I'm not even aware of, and I'm having to be open to receive that wisdom and guidance. But this other stuff that's coming along, though it sounds good and it sounds great, something about it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't resonate for what's emerging with you. So I just wanted to share, this message. I've been feeling really guided to bring forth several of these many messages, because this is a time where several of you actually do need this type of awareness and this type of insight. I'm not here to necessarily give you steps to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm here to wake you up so that you can know there is something going on here. That's right. I do have to focus differently. I have to be a little bit more present, and I can't just take in any and everything from everybody, and not even stuff that you see on the internet or so. So as confusing or as unfamiliar as that may be for you during this time, just know everybody is not qualified. So every YouTube video or so that you look at or been listening to, some of those people, they are not qualified to bring you advice during this time. All right, so I look forward to bringing you some more messages soon.